Okay, you guys, so today I'm going to show you how to do a single crochet. So here I have chained 11, and remember, we're going to always skip this first stitch, this first chain, right? And in our second chain, just like with the slip stitch, we're going to go into the middle of our V to grab this top one. Or if you want to leave that as a nice edge for practice, you can also work into these back bumps where you go into that only. Okay, so go into the middle of our V and you place your hook right through there. Wait, through there on each and every single chain. Right? Skip. Right, go in the middle. Pull up a loop. Right? And unlike slip stitch where we grab this loop that we just pulled up and slip it through the first loop on the hook, we're not going to do that quite yet. We're going to yarn over, turn our hook to the side, and grab that yarn and slip through both loops on the hook. Alright, grab your stitch marker. Alright, so I just got my stitch markers. So grab your stitch marker. I like doing it on the right hand side of the V. And go into the next one, next chain. Alright, put your hook in the middle. Pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. Okay, here's your next chain. Go in the middle, pull up a loop. Okay, yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. So far right now we have 1 stitch, 2 stitches, and 3 stitches. This is looking at it from the top. This is what it looks like so far on the side. You can see mainly this little slant, and it kind of looks, if you look at the one behind it, it kind of looks like a little V. And on the back so far, I call them pies because it looks like kind of like the pie symbol. Okay, we're going to keep on going until we get to the end of our chains. We're not making anything in specific here in this video, it's just to show you. I would not recommend making a blanket just out of this stitch because it's going to take you forever to complete it. And there's a lot of other stitches that you can do just by learning the basic ones. Right, and that's our last chain. Go in there, pull up a loop, this is what our first row looks like. This is what the back looks like. This is what the top looks like. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 stitches. So we chained 11 and ended up with 10 because we skipped that first chain from the hook. Right, so to go onto our second row, we chain 1, flip our work, and we always ignore that first one, and looking at it from the top, unless the pattern that you're looking at specifies it, you're always going to go through both of the loops of the V. So looking at it from the side, right, when you pull on your work, and even now you can see it, where you're going to stick your hook would be in this hole. This one right here. Okay, and then for the next one, if you look at the top of our V's, you'll see that there's a little space right there to stick our hook into. So it's going to be that first hole, that's where you stick it, your stitch, the little pi symbol, and then stick it in there. Next V, there's another pi symbol, and you pull it apart, that's where you stick your hook into, right at the base of that V. Okay, so that's where we're going to be sticking our hook into, just like that. To grab both parts of the V, we pull up a loop, right, yarn over and pull through both. Right, there's our stitch, that's the space. All right, put your hook through there, pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. That's our next stitch. All right, put your hook in there, pull up a loop, and pull through both loops on the hook. And we're going to do that until we reach the end of our row, and don't be like me where I forgot. So this is one stitch, that V is one stitch, and this other V is our second stitch. And I like to stick my stitch marker right through there to one side, because if your work accidentally comes undone, just the fact that it's going through one loop will help it becoming completely unraveled. Okay, so I just took off the stitch marker, and here at the end it could be a little hard to see. Oh, this is where my stitch marker was at, right here. And so when we pull the yarn apart, that's where we just made our last single crochet. Here's the stitch from the previous row. This is where my stitch marker was at, so that means that when looking at it from the top, that's the other side of my V. So I should stick my hook right through there, and you can see there's my stitch, and that's my last space to stick my hook through. Alright, so make your last single crochet, chain 1, flip your work, and now I'm going to show you how to do ribbing, single crochet ribbing. This is what it will look like, and it's very similar to the slip stitch in the sense that you work in the back loop only. So instead of going through this space right here, you look at your work from the top, you see the V, and you work in the back loop only. So you're going to create that type of to create this type of ribbing, you go through the back loop only to create that ribbing effect. So I'll show you guys. pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops on the hook. Don't forget to put your stitch marker. Put your stitch marker in there. Right. Pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops on the hook. Back loop only again, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops on the hook, and do that till you reach the end. Alright, so here we've reached the end. And this, since this is on one side of the V, that means that this is the other side of my V where I should stick my hook into, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops on the hook. This is what it looks like right now. Doesn't look like much, but you can kind of see that this is a slightly raised edge. And looking at it from the other side, this is what it looks like. It looks like it's going down, like a ditch, so to speak, or like a V. Alright, so just like with the slip stitch, you just chain one. With the slip stitch ribbing, you just chain one, flip your work, and again, keep on working through the back loop only. Instead of slip stitching, you're going to be doing single crochet now. Right? And do that until you reach the end of your row. Okay guys, so I lied. I made a few more rows, and this is what it looks like with this yarn. Right? Again, this also imitates the V, the knit, and the purl. This is what it looks like from the sides. It looks the same on both sides. Again, also very stretchy. All these little V's are your first row. And here we can see the little pies, or the pie symbols. So this would be your second row. Okay. Then remember after that, that's when we started going through the back loop, so it could create these little V's. In terms of like knitting terms, that looks like little V's also. It imitates that. So we have V and then pie, and here we have V's again. So that's our third row. Try to get good lighting. That's our V's. Okay, so that's our third row. And here we have more pie symbols. So that's our fourth row. So more V's. That's 5. More pies. That's 6. And here we have more V's. That's 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry, that's our 7th row. I know I was messing up. And more pies. So total we have 8 rows. And this is what it looks like.